Good morning. Thanks for joining us at 7 o'clock. I'm Tracey McCain.
And I'm Caitlin Nuclo. You're watching Eyewitness News here on the Wax. We do appreciate that. Let's first say hello to meteorologist Scott Gagliardi with the details on that first alert forecast. Hey, good morning, Scott. So not too bad out there this morning. It's actually looking like it's improving as the morning goes on.
Things are getting better in terms of all the haze out there. I mean, you see this, look at this view.
I mean, it looks kind of pretty, though.
It kind of does. But it's when you think about why we're getting it, those Canadian wildfires, it's unfortunate. But it does cause for some pretty interesting scenes. This is from Middletown. Eventually, once the sun gets above this layer of smoke, things will improve greatly because there's no clouds out there. Everything that you see is from that smoke out there. Here's a few areas of some very patchy ground fog. It doesn't look to be too big of an issue. Most areas a perfect 10 this morning. Temperatures out there climbing through those 60s. Warmer spots along the shoreline. 67 from Bridgeport through New Haven. 63 in the capital city and 64 up at Bradley. We're zooming out because there's the showers and storms we see later on today will be coming from the north straight south and could even impact some areas along the shoreline. So be advised of that later on today. You'll see it play out in our first alert futurecast. Some of these showers could interrupt your beach plans. So just keep an eye to the sky. If you don't have the WFSB weather app, download that. That'll be an excellent resource to use today. Good morning, Caitlin.
Hey, good morning, Scott. Good morning, everyone. And if you've got kids who are swimming, you can tell them Scott told you to get out of the water. All right, if you are heading out the door right now, a majority of the state looking very good. No crashes and major incidents. Your drive times and speeds are all looking normal. Typical delays, that 82-minute ride time, 95 southbound New Haven to the George Washington Bridge. But you can see the rest of the state, no issues, 91 or 84 out there. We're moving along, doing very well. I don't think you need the sunglasses. Scott and I have been talking about that haze out there this morning, which is not causing any of that sun glare. So if you're heading out right now, you should be in good shape. It's another nice refreshing start as well, so I don't even think you need the air conditioner once again in the car. Live look outside, nice quiet start here in the capital city region, 91 north and southbound. Live look in Middletown along Route 9, here in Waterbury, 84 east and westbound in and out of the Mixmaster, and in Meriden, 691 east and westbound. No construction set up right now either. That daytime work picks up just about 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning, so just heads up on that. I'm Caitlin Francis with your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
7:03 now, and electricity rates are increasing again next month.
Hard to believe, right? Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Marcy Jones breaks down the decision to bump those rates up yet again.
Well, the announcement yesterday came as a shock to lots of folks, considering that their July electric bills were already sky high. Now they're expected to pay even more money, to the tune of $80 million, in order to pay for electric charging stations. Now, Wednesday, state regulators unanimously voted to dedicate $80 million for electric vehicle charging stations. The catch, enhancing the EV grid will be paid for by already financially strapped customers. While Democrats and Republicans struggled to agree on the increased rates, a spokesperson for Eversource released a statement, in part saying, helping get more electric vehicles on the road is good for air quality and helping the state fight climate change, which we support. We estimate that this increase for a typical residential customer using 700 kilowatts a month will be an additional $3 per month. Now, this increased rate, of course, is based on usage, so anybody with a very large family or working from home could see a higher charge on their bill. In New Britain, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Well, this morning, police in Milford have released the name of the moped rider who was killed in a crash. Police say 65-year-old Brian McGorry slammed his moped into another vehicle on Boston Post Road Tuesday afternoon. McGorry later died at the hospital. Police are now trying to figure out what caused him to crash. If you have any information, investigators want you to call them.
Well, it was sentencing day for the man who shot and killed a teenager who was walking home from school in Hamden. Janai Ward will spend 35 years in prison without parole. Back in 2022, he came out from behind a tree and opened fire, killing 15-year-old Elijah Gomez on the Farmington Canal. Family members packed the courtroom yesterday. As Warren learned his fate, they say they just want to know why he did it.
I need to know why. I don't care if you need time. I'm gonna find out why, because I cannot live like this. It's like torture.
Maybe down the road we'll know why, and that's what we want. That's how we'll get justice in this case, is understanding what happened that day to cause this.
The case is not closed yet because police are still looking for two people who were with Ward during that shooting.
There is a reward in a disturbing case of animal abuse after this puppy was found tied to a guardrail. PETA is offering $5,000 for information that leads to an arrest in this case. The shepherd was abandoned right on Route 8 in Beacon Falls. It was malnourished and in pretty rough shape. It's now being nursed back to health. Call police if you have any information on this case.
New this morning, Columbia University's president is resigning after a brief, tumultuous tenor punctured by clashes over the Israel-Hamas war. Manoush Shafiq announced that she's resigning effective immediately. The move comes months after she was criticized for her handling of the anti-Semitism on campus and also the protests in response to the Israel-Hamas war. She's the third Ivy League president to resign in the wake of the nationwide protests.
Well, police in East Haven say they've been targeted in violent and unprovoked attacks. Nearly 24 hours ago, investigators say a driver slammed intentionally into a police cruiser.
And Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Olivia Schuler explains the reckless behavior officers say they're dealing with in East Haven.
Tracey and Caitlin, the police captain here in East Haven, says there's been some recent incidents in which people are provoking police officers into chasing them. In one incident, there was actually feces thrown at a police cruiser, and another one, a car rammed into the back of a cruiser as well. Now, the police captain here, Joseph Murgo, is concerned for officer safety. A new dangerous trend targeting and provoking East Haven officers is on the rise. Just after 4 o'clock yesterday morning, a driver came up behind a patrol officer at a high speed on Foxhound Road. The driver flashed their high beam, and the officer thought that was a signal for help. However, the driver rammed into the police cruiser multiple times. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Before this incident, feces was thrown at a cruiser. Captain Margot says in these cases, teens are to blame for this reckless behavior. He's asking parents to step in and talk to their children.
I need you to be present in your child's lives and to ask the tough questions. What are they doing when they're out of your sight? Who are they spending time with? Are they getting involved in dangerous activities?
Now, the East Haven police captain says that no arrests have been made at this point. However, if a person or multiple people are caught, they could face some serious charges, including breach of peace or assault. Now, police ask that if you have any information about these incidents, you give them a call. In East Haven, Olivia Schuler, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
And as we get a check of your forecast, the big weather story for areas along the eastern seaboard is Hurricane Ernesto. Right now, the latest wind speeds 85 miles per hour as it heads off towards the north at about 13 miles per hour. This storm is going to cause some big problems for Bermuda. Right now, it's forecast to become a major Category 3 hurricane by the time it does reach just to the south of Bermuda, expecting to impact them as a Category 2. But notice it stays offshore from anywhere along the eastern seaboard. So any beach plans, you'll certainly have to watch out for bigger waves. If you have any plans to head to the beach today, it looks good out there. We're looking at temperatures for those 80s. Keep an eye to the northern sky, though. Some showers are certainly possible later today. Let's take a look at Old Saybrook. Who's that? Who's that guy?
Johnny boy.
Jonathan. Let's look at Jonathan. Having
Just
a great day with
out.
that hazy sun in the background. It's an interesting
Got a
morning
good
out
view.
there. Yeah, he's got a great view. Beautiful shot there. Does that come back to you guys?
Yeah,
I'll take it
let's
from
go.
here.
Take it away. Take it
Sure.
away.
All right. Well, we were
Hard to
just in Old
follow
Saybrook.
Jonathan there,
I
you
know.
know.
Now we'll go town by town for a look at what's happening today. So we're heading to Groton for a back-to-school brigade.
Yeah, that's where Operation Homefront's annual event will provide backpacks filled with school supplies to about 260 military children. The Back to School Brigade helps to ensure that they all have what they need to be successful in the classroom while easing the financial burden for their parents.
I love that. All right, next we're heading to South Glastonbury for a DCF back-to-school event at DCF's Olive Branch.
Yeah, so the families there will receive brand new donations of sneakers, clothing, backpacks, school supplies. Families with open DCF cases can actually shop here for free.
Yeah, everything you need right there. It runs from noon to 2 at St. Luke's Episcopal Church on Main Street.
And in Glastonbury, Marcy's Angels Cat Cafe officially opens today.
The feline-friendly eatery offers customers an opportunity to adopt and play with rescue cats from a local shelter. The cafe will be divided into a cafe area and then also a cat lounge similar to the New Haven Cat Cafe in New Haven.
Customers will need to buy tickets and reserve a 50-minute time slot to hang out in the lounge. The two spaces are separate to allow non-ticket holders to view through the window and also so that people with allergies can still enjoy the cafe.